I want to thank my mom, who, when I said to her when I was 15, is it okay if I'm an actor? She said, do whatever you want to do, darling. And so it began.
I left home when I was 17, 18. I drove from Toronto, Canada to Los Angeles when I was 20 and moved out of my home when I was 18. So the beginning had, I could take care of myself as a teenager. When I moved to the States, I had some family and I had a lot of rejection.
The red pill to me is a kind of a symbolic taking up of the torch of trying to understand, and to, in a way, there's an idealism to it. It's almost like, to me, the red pill represents the best of who we can possibly be, to ourselves and to other people, to all sentient beings, to nature, everything.
I was very self-motivated. When I was in school, I was taking acting classes at night. I was going to summer stock theater. I was doing community theater. I was enjoying it, but it was a kind of, I don't want to use the word calling. I don't know if it was destiny. It was just what I wanted to do.
But I have to take care of the temple. I have to take care of my parents. I have to take care of my master. And so, it's called, men of Tai Chi. And there's these things that we oftentimes, we have responsibilities. And so we'll make sacrifices, or we'll be attracted to something and we'll make sacrifices to get something. And the film is kind of promoting the idea that we have to be thoughtful about that. That you can sometimes sacrifice yourself, that you think it's for the good, but maybe there's another way.
The publicity, the public side of it, I've gotten more comfortable with as time has gone by. It was something that was always, I remember, even after River's Edge, going to get an ice cream, and the guy was like, and I got my money out and he was like, it's on me. And I was like, what? And he's like, River's Edge. And I was like, cool, okay, man, thanks. Simple, lovely things like that from a film touching someone. Those interactions are great.
I don't know, I find in my career, I've had a lot of people disagree with me, but I'm okay with that. And I think, I think that's part of the collaboration. It's like, I have to understand what you're thinking and feeling. If you're acting in the piece, if you're the production designer, it's this collaboration of ideas. And as long as you know that I'm always right.
I started acting when I was 15 years old in Toronto, Canada. And I traveled in my first car when I was 20 years old across the country to Los Angeles, California, to Hollywood with a dream, that dream.
When I was young, I was like I was in Canada. I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and I was in second grade. And what they did is they had some actors come in to do some, afternoon theater games with the children. I remember looking at them, and it's like how a boy would look at a fireman or a policeman, There was something about these people. There was something about it. Films for me are like a photo album, or looking at pictures that you have, because you're looking at your past. You're looking at the experiences that you've had. And so it's like if I'm watching a film, it's like I remember that day.
Since I was a child, I was always asking why. It used to drive everyone around me crazy, because it was like, why and how come? Once I started working and making movies and acting in that format, I was always really curious about, where the camera was going, what was the lens doing, and also in terms of what everybody else was doing.
I knew that they had something special. I knew that cinematically what they were doing was groundbreaking, and I knew that there was an opportunity to be a part of that, and I felt and I had a love for the project, and so I didn't want to let them down.
I know I'm a pretty simple guy. Ever since I was a young kid, I wanted to act. I started professional acting when I was 15. I've been really lucky to have the chance to have a career. I don't know, I just have always tried to keep it simple.
These ideas put into a story like this before. Just the idea of the Matrix itself as a model of an alternate reality. To then have a lesson of how to confront our own reality and question it.
So I started studying. So I was taking classes. I was very young, very motivated. I was doing Uta Hagen's Respect for Acting, Stanislavski Method. I was working with Second City improvisation. I got kicked out of a performing arts high school after my first year. Not for bad acting, but trouble with authority. But I got my first agent by playing Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet at a Jewish community center. And I started to do some commercials. I sold some cornflakes, I sold some Coca-Cola, and I did a couple of films. But like so many before me, I had the dream of wanting to act in Hollywood. To be in pictures, to be in movies, to be in films, to be in cinema. But first I had to get an agent or a manager, and in my case it was a manager, Erwin Staub. Without all of your belief and support, without all of what you did for me, I would not be here. Literally, I would not be here. So thank you. I am forever grateful.